All right, 31 Days of Michael. This book is a book expressing layers of grief. I'm the author, and I'm going to go ahead and get into Bone Marrow. Of course, all of these poems are definitely tricky to navigate with me emotionally because it seems like they're far removed, but then they seem like they're so close to me. And while I was writing this project, I swear this about the bone marrow, it feels like I am standing in that moment, and it feels heavy to me. It feels definitely heavy to me. So here we go. Bone marrow. Oh, it's a butterfly, so pretty. They asked if they could test my bone marrow to save you. Could I handle the pain? 2 doctors, one young, one old. The young one seemed kind, the old one distant. I don't know, I said. I think I'd do anything for my brother. Please let me think. Don't go. They didn't have time to wait. Mom stepped in. I looked at her, searching for an answer. I'll do anything for you, I thought, as much as you've been through. But what do I do? Later, we learned I wasn't even a match. The blood I gave, useless. Mama was still upset. I was 8, scared. Mama was everywhere, caring, but drowning. One child dying, another struggling, a husband too distracted to hold her, a grandbaby making her a grandmother too soon, a lost son, and me, just waiting. Bills in 2, maybe 3 places, a job at night, doctors in the morning, insurance, banks, schools, and even the church giving her trouble. How could she focus on me when there was you? I am okay with crying. I'm not going to cry here. My commentary on this is I mean, my mother just had a lot to deal with. And this poem just sparks from, I wish that I could understand everything and assess everything quickly to do what needed to be done in the moment. And I didn't realize that it didn't even matter because my mother was going to make that decision because, of course, she wants to save her child. And it didn't have anything to do with, it could have been any of us. But the truth comes down to, we're going to do whatever we can do as a family. And I'm my mother's child. And so I'm still getting the blood drawn, and I'm still going to the appointments until they say it's a no-go, like it won't work. And then she doesn't even tell me. I find out after he dies that, yeah, we stopped going because you weren't a match anyway. And that emotional feeling of like, can I save my brother? Turns from, I didn't save him and I didn't do the right thing. And I felt that guilt of like not doing the right thing. And I just remember my mom just like always at the table and always on the phone and, you know, looking at my brother, making sure he's resting on the recliner. And when I was home, when they were home, because they were always at the hospital, or it felt like they were always at the hospital. And my mom just talking about like, I mean, she still had everyday regular stuff to do. And you might be thinking like, what's up? Like my mom was definitely, she was married or I don't know, in a relationship, I guess you say. So it's not like we were alone. We definitely had a stepfather. We had our father. And we had our older siblings. It just felt like my mom was like the one man operation, the one woman operation. And what a lot of times we don't see, of course, there's many caregivers that take care of cancer, in this case, cancer victims. I know they are patients, but and there's cancer survivors. But I'm signaling and talking about cancer victims, in my opinion, and people. You know, when you're going through cancer, if this is not your second or third time dealing with it, and your family second or third time and on dealing with it, you know, remission and on, and this is your first time experiencing this, everything seems predatory, and then you still have your regular life. The people wouldn't have cared at taking my mom's house. They wouldn't have cared taking her losing her job. What about her PTO and her FMLA and on and on and on? Her care, her sickness, her everything. Us, like, the mom, in my case, in my memory, all she turned out to be everything. And I don't know, from my mind's eye, and I can't speak to her today to ask her, how does it feel when everything's on you? But in this moment, in that period of time in my life, with my bone marrow, it felt like everything was on me. Because I don't even know what life means to save. I don't even know what it means for my bone marrow to save my brother's life. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what part? I had to, when I asked him to wait, I'm like, what is bone marrow? Where does that come from? And I remember asking them, does it hurt? And my mom was like, she was upset. Like, does it matter if it hurts or not, if it will save your brother? And that's why I'm like, in my head, just give me a second to figure this out. And I'm a cerebral person. I'm a cerebral child. I verbally process things a lot as a kid, and I love knowing. And it just felt like, if this is what it feels like to have as much pressure as my mom feels, I'm definitely not into this, because there's no time, because everything is just so quick. So at the end, I asked, how could she focus on me when there was you? Because I have to give back the fact that, what else was she supposed to do? Like, you're just trying to get through this process real quick, so then when your child is in remission or they're healing, you can get back to life, and then you can help the other child. But everyone by then has some form of trauma. So her, me, him, and everybody else. So anyway, that's bone marrow.